The signal setting, Earth 2157, Deep Space Monitoring Station Alpha 7. The story opens with Lieutenant Commander Jake Morrison working the night shift at humanity's most advanced deep space listening post. The station sits in orbit around Jupiter, its massive arrays constantly scanning the void for signs of intelligent life. For 30 years, humanity has been alone in the cosmos, desperately searching for proof they are not the only sentient beings. In the universe, at 0347 hours, the computers detect something extraordinary, a structured signal from the Vega system, 25 light-years away. The transmission is weak, fragmented, but unmistakably artificial. Dr. Lisa Park, the station's chief linguist, arrives within minutes to analyze the data. The signal repeats in mathematical patterns, then shifts to what appears to be pictographs. Within hours, they crack the basic structure. It's a distress call from a species calling themselves the Keth. Their message is simple but chilling. We are dying. Our sun burns too bright. We have little time. Is anyone listening? The transmission includes star charts, population data, and a desperate plea for evacuation assistance. The Keth have detected their star is about to go supernova, but their technology cannot save them. They estimate 2.3 million survivors remain on their dying world. Admiral Hayes, commander of Earth's Space Defense Fleet, receives the decoded message. The implications are staggering. First contact with an alien species, and they need immediate rescue. The distance is enormous, the timeline impossible by conventional means. But humanity has one advantage the Keth don't know about: the prototype, FTL drive. The part ends with Admiral Hayes making the decision that will define humanity's place in the galaxy. Prep the fleet, he orders. We're going to make history. The fleet mobilizing. Earth's orbital shipyards and Deep Space Captain Tom Bradley stands on the bridge of the USS Defiant, humanity's newest and most advanced battleship. Around him, the largest rescue fleet in human history takes shape. 12 heavy cruisers, 48 escort ships, and 20 massive transport vessels designed to carry entire populations. The engineering challenge is immense. The prototype FTL drive has only been tested on small craft, never on vessels this size. Chief Engineer Amy Roberts works around the clock, retrofitting the entire fleet with the experimental technology. The margin for error is zero. If the drives fail in transit, the entire fleet will be stranded in the void. Dr. Park continues decoding Keth transmissions, learning more about their species. They are aquatic beings, requiring specialized life support systems. Their ships are beautiful but fragile, designed for their peaceful nature. They have no weapons, no military, no concept of warfare. They are scholars, artists, and philosophers, facing extinction. Meanwhile, the Keth send increasingly desperate messages. Their star's radiation is intensifying. Cities are being evacuated to underground shelters. Their population drops daily from radiation sickness. They have perhaps 6 months before their world becomes uninhabitable. The human fleet faces skepticism from Earth's government. Politicians question the massive resource expenditure for aliens they've never met. Some suggest it's a trap, that humanity should proceed with caution. But Admiral Hayes is resolute. Humanity will not stand by while an entire species dies. As the fleet prepares for departure, Dr. Park makes a breakthrough. The Keth have been monitoring humanity's radio signals for decades. They know about human wars, human violence, human capacity for destruction. Yet they sent their distress signal anyway, hoping against hope that humanity might help. The part ends with the fleet's departure. 1,000 vessels, carrying the hopes of 2 species, disappear into the darkness of space. The journey and first contact setting, deep space. En route to Vega system, the journey through hyperspace is harrowing. The massive fleet stretches across light years, held together by quantum communications and prayer. Several ships suffer drive failures, forcing emergency stops in empty space. Captain Bradley pushes the fleet to its limits, knowing every hour of delay costs Keth lives. During the journey, Dr. Park establishes real-time communication with the Keth. She speaks with Elder Norn, one of their leaders, who serves as humanity's first alien contact. The conversations are surreal. Two species, separated by biology and distance, sharing knowledge and hope. The Keth reveal their history. They are an ancient race, over 10,000 years old, who have achieved perfect harmony with their environment. They have no concept of violence, no weapons, no armies. Their entire civilization is based on cooperation, art, and the pursuit of knowledge. They are everything humanity aspires to be. Elder Norn expresses amazement at humanity's response. In their monitoring of human transmissions, they observed wars, conflicts, and violence. They expected humanity to either ignore their call or demand payment for rescue. Instead, humans mobilized their entire fleet to save strangers. The fleet encounters its first major crisis when they detect another signal, not from the Keth, but from an unknown source. The transmissions are harsh, militaristic, and directed at the Keth homeworld. Someone else has heard the distress call. Dr. Park decodes the new signals with growing horror. They're from the Vask, a predatory species that views the dying Keth world as an opportunity. The Vask have dispatched their own fleet, not to rescue, but to claim Keth territory and enslave any survivors. The human fleet faces a terrible choice. They can proceed with the rescue mission and risk confronting an unknown enemy, or they can turn back and abandon the Keth to their fate. The debate rages across the fleet's command structure. Captain Bradley makes the decision that defines humanity's character. "We came here to save lives," he declares. "That's exactly what we're going to do." Asterisk the rescue under fire. 770 words. Setting: the Vega system. Keth homeworld. The human fleet arrives at the Vega system to find chaos. The Keth homeworld is a beautiful blue-green planet, but their sun burns with unnatural intensity. Massive solar flares lash out across space, and the planet's atmosphere glows with dangerous radiation. The Vask fleet is already there. 30 dark ships surrounding the planet like vultures. They have begun bombardment of Keth cities, not to destroy but to terrorize the population into submission. The Keth, with no weapons or military, are helpless against the assault. Captain Bradley doesn't hesitate. "All ships, battle stations, we're going in." The battle is fierce, but brief. The Vask are skilled warriors, but they're not prepared for human tactics. Humanity's long history of warfare, the very violence that the Keth feared, becomes their salvation. The human fleet fights with precision and determination, driving the Vask back. During the battle, the rescue operation begins. Human transport ships descend to the Keth homeworld, working frantically to evacuate the population. The Keth are amazed. By human efficiency, entire cities are evacuated in hours. Millions of beings loaded onto ships designed for their specific needs. Elder Norn meets Captain Bradley face to face during the evacuation. The Keth leader is tall, graceful, with translucent skin that shifts colors with emotion. "Why?" he asks. "Why do you risk everything for us?" Bradley's answer is simple: because it's the right thing to do. The evacuation continues under fire. The Vask regroup and attack repeatedly, but the human fleet holds the line. Every transport ship that escapes carries thousands of Keth lives to safety. The planet's star grows more unstable by the hour dot as the final transports lift off. The Keth homeworld begins to die. The atmosphere ignites, oceans boil, and the surface becomes a hellscape of radiation and flame. The human fleet, carrying 2.3 million refugees, jumps to hyperspace just as the star explodes. New beginning setting. Deep space, then Earth system. The journey home is different from the outbound trip. The human fleet now carries the entire surviving population of an alien species. The Keth adapt to life aboard human ships with remarkable grace, their natural curiosity overcoming their trauma. Dr. Park works closely with Keth scholars to establish permanent translation protocols. The cultural exchange is extraordinary. The Keth share 10,000 years of peaceful philosophy, art, and science, while humans provide practical knowledge of survival and adaptation. The Keth are amazed by human society. They observe how humans can be both violent and compassionate, competitive and cooperative. They see how humanity's dark history has forged them into protectors rather than destroyers. The very traits that made the Keth fear humanity, their capacity for war, their aggressive nature, are what enabled the rescue. As the fleet approaches Earth, they face a new challenge. Where will 2.3 million refugees live? The solution comes from an unexpected source, the Keth themselves. Using their advanced environmental technology, they propose creating floating cities in Earth's oceans, habitats that benefit both species. The arrival at Earth is triumphant. Humanity has not only made first contact, but has saved an entire species from extinction. The Keth settlement begins immediately, with floating cities rising from Earth's seas. The partnership between the two species flourishes. Elder Norn addresses the United Nations, his words carried to every corner of Earth. We called into the darkness, expecting silence. Instead, we found light. Humanity answered when no one else would listen. You have shown us that strength without compassion is meaningless, but compassion backed by strength can change the galaxy. The story's climax comes when new signals arrive. Distress calls from other species, other worlds in danger. The Keth-Human alliance has become known across the galaxy. Other species, both friendly and hostile, have taken notice. The final scene shows Captain Bradley on the bridge of a new ship, the UES Unity, designed with both human and Keth technology. Beside him stands Elder Norn, now humanity's first alien ambassador. The ship is part of a new fleet, not just human, but joint human-Keth vessels designed for exploration and rescue. New signal coming in, reports the communications officer. It's from the Centauri system. They're requesting assistance. Bradley and Norn exchange glances. The galaxy is vast, full of species that need help, and others that would prey on the weak. But now they're not alone. Set course for Centauri, Bradley orders. Let's go save some more lives. The story ends with the fleet jumping to hyperspace, carrying the message that will define humanity's role in the galaxy. When someone sends a distress signal, humanity answers the call. Asterisk.